Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show here on Nile TV. Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Dr. Ayman Ashour, recently inaugurated the activities of the meetings of the 44th regular session of the Council of the Union of Arab Scientific Research Councils, which is organized by the Arab League states in cooperation with the Academy of Scientific Research and Technology and the Union of Arab Scientific Research Councils. The minister praised the participation in the activities of the session of a distinguished elite of scholars and scholars from the Arab world, which represents the cornerstone of coordinating joint work in the field of scientific research amongst Arab countries by providing multiple and diverse ways and mechanisms of cooperation between research institutions and bodies, and support various joint scientific activities through specialized scientific links. Dr. Ashour emphasized that Egypt attaches great importance to scientific research and innovation because of its belief in their role in achieving the nation's renaissance and keeping pace with the scientific progress, pointing out to the interest of the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research in joint Arab cooperation, exchanging experiences between Arab countries and benefiting from their various experiences. With us now live over the phone is former Minister of Scientific Research, Dr. Nadia Zakhari. A very good morning to you, Dr. Nadia, and Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, and the same to you, and Happy New Year for Egypt and all the world.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Dr. Nadia, what do you think indeed of the state's keenness on supporting scientific research as a way forward to economic growth in the country and innovation?
You know, scientific research doesn't mean that I'm only making experiments in the laboratory. The most important thing is to complete the cycle of scientific research and go out from the lab to the factory. And I'm proud that at the year 2022, there was a very big project done in Egypt, which is the black sand. Many studies had been done since 1980s and 1990s, but they were not applied. They were in the laboratory only. But at the year 2022, a very big, a major project was inaugurated by the president and by with the collaboration of other countries and collaboration with the scientific research, which is the black sand. This is a very good example that happened during 2022. And you know, it is a very important project because many valuable and minerals like radioactive materials, like zircon, like other elements, they were not used, and we used to export these elements abroad without any, without manufacturing them or without taking use of these minerals. But the first project done worldwide was done in Egypt at 2020. We used it as radioactive materials, as materials for many manufacturers like the ceramic, like other materials like medical supplies or medical parts that can be implanted in our body. So this is one of the most important applications.
Right.
And as you said, there was a collaboration between the Minister of of Higher Education and Scientific Research with China this month, especially, and they inaugurated what is known as upgrading the children or the students or the people that have a high IQ.
Yes.
We have many students, not many, I cannot say many because worldwide there isn't many of these children, but these are genius children or genius students, not only clever in their studies. Maybe they are not clever in their studies, but they are genius and they can make more than studying. So how we can upgrade them, how we can sponsor them. This is very important, and this is our main goal in Egypt is how to upgrade and elevate them, and they should not study the same number of years as other students.
Yes.
12 in the preparatory and how many in the universities and so on. They have to jump years and to take the chance to be genius people and to help in the elevation of our country.
Yes, Dr. Nadia, you are talking here about the importance of scientific research in developing the educational system, and you're talking about how to stress on those children that the tests prove that they have more abilities than others. Could you expand on this, please? The attempt to discover those genius children around the country and try to benefit from them for the sake of Egypt?
Really, this is the main problem, and we are discussing it now because it's not easy to know them. This is one point. Another thing, if you take somebody, you can see that someone will say, my child is genius, so there must be KPIs to measure this this character in a student. It's not that easy. We are still studying how to do it, and we are still studying what to do for them.
Yes.
Let us say they can take their subject as credit hours. It's important to finish the hours. It's not important to complete the 12 years in the school and the 4 or 5 or 6 years in the university. It's important to pass credit hours. This is one way. And we are still studying the other ways because it's not finalized yet.
Yes. Dr. Nadia, could you tell us about the importance of scientific research in benefiting from available resources and working on their sustainability? And this is an important topic nowadays due to, of course, the energy crisis worldwide, due to the unavailability of resources in many areas around the world. So how can scientific research help us to benefit from the available resources and make the best use out of them and make this a sustainable process?
Okay, let us talk about Africa and Egypt. We have many treasures that are not discovered yet. They are discovered as raw materials. How can we add value for these raw materials? This is the job of scientific research and industry. Because, as I said, black sand as an example, and many other examples we have, we used to export them as raw materials, so we didn't have any added value.
Yes.
This added value can be studied through scientific research. How to benefit from it, how to add value for it, how to use it instead of importing everything from abroad. This is the work of scientific research and industries.
Okay.
Don't let me say a certain compound or a certain material, but all the materials, maybe the waste management is very important. And as you see, China imports from us waste because they know how to use it, how to add value for this waste that we throw it in the streets.
Yes.
I'm telling you an example which is very, very, very cheap. We can use it.
Now, Dr. Nadia, how can we make sure that scientific research will also have a strong link with the economy, with the business cycle, with the creation of job opportunities? Of course, science for science is very good, but we also need science to serve the economy. So what's your vision on that here in Egypt?
You are 100% right. Science for science is good, but it's not enough. we have to make an economy which is based on scientific research. And this is our aim. But this is not the job of scientific research only. It should be a collaboration between scientific research and industry, because there is a missing link and a missing trust in the Egyptian technology. Although we can publish our scientific findings worldwide, but we don't apply it. So there must be exhibitions for the prototypes that is done by the scientific research, and these exhibitions must be attended by those who are responsible for the industry in Egypt.
Yes.
Some of these prototypes will be taken as the base for certain manufacturers or certain development of certain products that we have in Egypt that we used to import and from abroad. We can do it. I think it's a very big and very huge problem that we must overcome it by collaborating between the scientific research and the industries, and this is going on now. We know our universities have been elevated in ranking because now we entered in the third generation of universities.
Yeah.
And what is the meaning of third generation? The first generation was only education. The second generation was education and scientific research. And the third generation is education, scientific research, and innovation, and prototypes done by the researchers. So now we are in the third generation. That's why the ranking of our scientific centers and our universities has been elevated.
Yes. Dr. Nadia, what about the role of scientific research in developing the educational system itself at large, be it in primary or secondary or high schools, or be it in universities, or be it in technical education? How do you see the role of scientific research in developing the educational system at large?
Scientific research is a wide, has wide domains.
Yeah.
One of them, it's not only the chemistry, physics, and engineering, and so on. One of the domains is education. And education is the basis of scientific research. If you don't have a well-educated person, you cannot make good scientific research. It is the first step. And if we don't have a well-educated person, he will think about garbage. I'm sorry. We have to elevate the minds of our children, and we have to eliminate what is old knowledge in their books.
Yes.
And what is wrong ideas in their books. This is the job of scientific research in the domain of education.
Yes. And also, Dr. Nadia, how do you see the role of scientific research in supporting sustainable development? This has to do with the economy, of course, but I guess the term or the expression sustainable development has even a larger meaning. So scientific research and sustainable development, how do you see the relationship?
Okay, let me talk about this relationship in another way. You know that this year many of our universities were ranked worldwide, not only in education, but in following sustainable development and making some goals of sustainable development real, not only as words. So again, I will tell you that scientific research means everything in the world, and sustainable development relies on scientific research as the environmental factors, as the educational factors, as manufacturing factors. All the goals must rely on scientific research. If we say we shall develop something, we have to develop it by scientific research and social researches. Not only scientific researches. I want to say that humanities and social researches are very important to develop the people and to develop the sustainable goals.
Indeed, Dr. Nadia. Dr. Nadia Zakhari, former Minister of Scientific Research, thank you very much for your precious time and happy holidays. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Dear viewers, that was this segment of The Breakfast Show. My dear colleague Amal Mukhtar will be here shortly with our second main topic here in the program. So please stay with us.